What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Singing the Tea. You already know I'm your host, Dustin, singer, actor, Lewis. Sometimes I sing, sometimes I give you all of the reality TV tea, but it's always going to be what you want and it's always going to be what you need. And baby, we are back with another episode of Real Housewives of Potomac. That's what we're going to be recapping. And before we dive into the recap, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share with a family member, share with a friend, share with the person next to you in the cubicle, baby, because we're trying to grow our community, y'all. We are doing a great job. I'm so thankful for each and every one of y'all for being on this journey with me. And y'all, it's my birthday week. So if anything, definitely share it out. Definitely watch the full videos, baby. Because it is my birthday. My birthday will be Friday. So I'm super, super excited. October 24th is my birthday. So yeah. So if you want to gift me, look up, listen, my Instagram and stuff is there. You know, Cash App might be there. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, hit me up. Do all of that. Celebrate my birthday with me. But you can definitely help me celebrate by watching this review. So let's go ahead and dive on in. So, we are on season 10, episode 3, Chin Check. And I'm going to tell y'all now. I know who got chin checked at the end of this, thing. You might not have got chin checked the first time, but you definitely got chin checked that second time, baby. And you ain't say a peep. We're going to talk about it when we get there. So, listen. The episode opens up with the taglines, because I think this is the first episode that we're getting them. For me, it wasn't too many to run home about. Like I would say my favorite out of them was Angels. I really liked Angels, and then I liked Tia's. But I'll be real with y'all. Other than that, I don't remember anybody's. Like theirs stood out to me a little bit more, but everybody else, they really didn't. They didn't do it for me. They're fine. Like they weren't bad. It's just nothing stood out to me. But Angels was really, really good. I did like hers. Hers was catchy. It was good. So. The episode opens up, you know, we have some little clips, you know, we get a scene where Angel's talking to her husband about buying a house. Then we see Ashley working out, talking about she needs to be the fittest and the best one in the room. I could have done without both of those scenes because they added no value to, in my opinion, to the show. But cool, little filler scenes. So then we get to Stacey, and, you know, we see Stacey, Arabella, and AJ, you know, they're with the former Miss DC USA. And I guess she's teaching her how to walk. I think Arabella wants to get into that space. Stacey gives that she's a pageant girl. Like, I've said that since she started on the show. So it's good to see her in that vein. Because when Stacey walked, she did a great job. Stacey looks good. She's a beautiful woman. Statuesque, she's very tall. Really does give model. So I can see why she was on QVC. I can see why she was doing the things that she was doing because Mama's gorgeous. But she calls her ex-husband and she basically says in her confessional, like, look, my daughter is very smart. I'm sure she knows that something's going on between me and her dad, but, you know, she might not know what it is. Y'all, what is it called when you start dating your ex-husband again? Like, is that your boyfriend? Do you just call them husband all over? Do you call them, Resurrection X? What do you call them when you start dating your ex-husband again? I don't know what to call that. You know, when it's an ex-boyfriend, like, child, yeah, I got back with that person. I almost said some things. Yeah, I got back with him. But, child, I don't know what you call them when it's an ex-husband. But, child, kudos to you, Stacey. I ain't even mad. But, child, enough about all that. Listen, Wendy and Kay finally sit down next to the river. I don't know if that was a good space for them to sit down. I'm glad that these are not the tussling type of women because I feel like somebody would end up in the ocean. And half the time, black people won't know how to swim no way. So, listen, y'all, that's why y'all ain't tussle because both of y'all knew, baby, we got these wigs on. They not really glued down. And let me tell you, neither one of us need to dive off into this water. This water is murky. We don't need to get into the water. So I can understand why they chose that scene. But real talk, it was awkward. This was a awkward scene. Like when Wendy walked up like, what's shaking, bacon? Girl, you don't talk like that. You don't even talk like that. And then Kay was like, hey, girl. So it's like y'all's beef, it's like it came out of nowhere. I don't know if anybody else is feeling this way. The Kay and Wendy beef was not on my bingo card for 2025 for this season. I don't understand how they got here. Like, y'all started off as good friends. Not saying that y'all had to be best friends, but y'all were cool. Y'all were cordial. Y'all would hang out. Y'all would go to each other's shop. So how y'all ended up here is really weird. And it seems like, well, last season Kay was full-time. I wonder if the shift really started to happen once Kay became full-time. And Kay is starting to realize, like, you know what, Wendy don't hit me up. She don't really do anything extra. She only hits me up when it comes to the show. And you know what? Some people do that to protect their peace. But Kay, I don't want you to take that personal. Is it only Wendy that doesn't hit you up? Or does everybody else hit you up with the exception of Wendy? Like, I don't get that. But the TV friendship, girl, that's just a part of the game. That's just a part of the job that y'all signed up for. A lot of people go through that in these spaces. And it really is to protect their peace, because I can get it. Like, I can get it. I'm one of those people, I do love genuine friendships. But in that space, it's a very slippery slope. We have seen people be real good friends with people, and then they'll come on the season, spill all their tea, and spray them. So I think Wendy is protecting her peace. That's all I'm saying. And especially with all the extra stuff that she allegedly has going on real time, I can see why she was probably protecting her peace, maybe. I don't know. But Kay, I can see why you feel that way. Wendy is passive-aggressive. She always has been passive-aggressive, and she's nice, nasty sometimes. So I can get how you can feel the way that you feel. Wendy seems like a cool girl, but Wendy done always been that way, baby. So, girl, just leave it be. She ain't gonna do nothing. But Kay, I'll tell you this. When y'all got to rehashing that, and then you and her got to going back and talking about something, you don't like Gizelle. No, you don't like Gizelle. Both of y'all don't like Gizelle like that, to be real. Now, that's Wendy Soror, so she might be a little bit more cool with her just based off of the AKA-ness of it all. But you and her, it's okay if you don't care for Gizelle like that. Gizelle be messy, and Gizelle knows she messy. Gizelle is another one. She come here to clock in to work. Gizelle don't care nothing about you girls. But when Wendy got the laughing Kay, if you would have knocked her out with your pocketbook, and we don't promote violence, but if you would have knocked her out with that pocketbook, baby, you would have been well within your right. Because Wendy, I don't like that there. If I'm over here trying to have a serious conversation, you get the laughing, it's best that I just walk off. It's best that I disengage, because the way that my medulla oblongata is set up, grab you on boop, 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 okay? But I don't do that no more, because I'm classy. I don't do stuff like that. I never have. I don't do that. I don't do that, baby. Okay? Yeah. So I'm glad. And then you know what, too? The way that they even walked away from this scene, it was like Wendy was laughing. They giving each other the bird. Then they walk off like passive-aggressively hugging each other. It just was weird. Like, it was such a weird situation. So, child, okay, I guess. It was just odd. So we swing by Angel's house, and, you know, she's there with her family. It's her husband's mom. Her husband's in the kitchen, her dad. And she lets us in, you know, her mom passed away. And the way that she's talking about her mom, she seemed like a beautiful soul. So my heart goes out to you, Angel. And I hate that you're going through that. But, you know, Angel brings up the situation that she had at her house. Because, you know, she had a party, the sound bath. And she talks about what Gizelle brought up when Gizelle said, hey, your girl Kay said that she chin checked you. And Angel's like, wait, I need to talk to my girl, because if that's what she said, we need to talk, because, girl, we don't even do that with each other. And I need to figure out what that is. And me and you need to correct that energy, because me and you are too good of friends for you to be talking about me like that, or even saying that happened, because it didn't. So Angel seemed like she was going to handle that situation a certain way. That's kind of how it was brought to us. But we can see through time, things were a little bit different. So, yeah, there's that on that. Now, after that scene, we see... sorry, I read the wrong thing. So after that scene, we see Stacey and Jazzy. It is really, really good to see Jazzy. I actually really like Jazzy. And I wonder if Jazzy would have been a full-time housewife if she would have still... Because I think her fiance was... I think he got traded to a different team. So maybe that's why. But it would have been nice to see her as a full-time. I really, really did like Jazzy. Jazzy's a beautiful woman. I like what she brought. She seemed cool. I can see her and Tia over there just having a good time. So I would still like to see more of Jazzy. And I think she's going to be on the next episode. So love to see that. Can't wait for that to happen. And I like to see that Jazzy and Stacey are good friends. I think that they have a great friendship. And, you know, they rehashed the situation where Mia just dished them in Miami when she didn't even... Baby, do y'all miss Mia? I don't know. It's like I haven't thought about Mia really until they showed the clip of her today. So I actually kind of sort of miss Mia. I miss some of Mia's antics. Like, I think that Mia, with the situation at Kay's house, Mia would have been great. Mia would have been great because Mia liked to hold the girls accountable sometimes. Mia would have been really, really good in that scene. But, you know, Jazzy just updates her on, you know, her wedding. You know, Stacey let her know that she's back with her ex. But then Stacey had to drop a bomb, baby. Stacey was like, look, girl, you know, Gizelle, she got her man. Gizelle, all of my business were about my man, my house, and my computer. She said, child, who is this man that Gizelle with? Now, production, I'm a little confused. For y'all to censor the man pictures out, believe his name eligible for us to read, I was confused because it's easy for us to look him up. I don't want to say his name because I do not want that man to come from my Amazon things. I'm scared to even to say his name because he got his pictures blurred, but his name is out there. He could want my stuff. And I need my stuff. It's my birthday, girl. So we're not going to say the man's name. But if you watched it on Peacock, you saw that man's name through that blur. They did not do a good job. So I don't know what they trying to hide or what they are trying to show us. But you could see everything that you needed to see. But Stacey telling the good business. Now, the ladies talk about the perkiness. How you say it, y'all? The perkiness? Listen, I was saying it earlier and I did a good job, but I'm over here looking and I don't know what it is, child. But I'm confused with that event too, because Wendy got a perkiness event and then Kay got a percolator event too. Both of them doing the percolator, and I don't know if it's at 2 different times, but I'm sure we're going to find out by the end of this doggone thing. But both of the ladies is percolating. So it's very interesting. Now, the next thing that we get, we pull up at Tia's house, and Tia, let me tell you something, girl. Them daughters of yours gonna give you a run for your money. When I tell you them girls had me weak in there when they were talking in the kitchen, the girl said, one of them said, you said you gonna bring 5 people around the house. The girl said, no, I didn't. I ain't never said that. That girl knows she said that, baby. She said, Mom and Daddy finna be gone. Baby, invite the crew, baby. We finna have this house wide open. That was just a funny scene. And I really like their parenting style because they let their children have a voice. It's so important, and hearing her say that, you know, because a lot of us grew up with, like, you know, stay in a child's place, you know, do what you're told. Children should be seen and not heard. A lot of us went through that. So for her to allow her children to have a voice is a beautiful thing. So it's good. We don't want to stifle our kids. We want our children to be the future leaders of this world. So I love that. So shout out to you, Tia. And I like the conversation that you and your husband had too about balance and communication and just being a united front when it comes to approaching the children as well. So I love that. I really like Tia. I think Tia's cool. So speaking of Tia, we see Tia, Gizelle, and Angel are shopping. So they're shopping. So they shopping, and before Angel gets there, you know, Tia's like, you know, I just am naked. And Gizelle said, excuse me, ma'am, I don't want to see you naked. What is you talking about? I don't even go there. Gizelle said, I don't go that way. Okay? I know people thought me and Robin was together for years, but I don't even go that way. Gizelle said, please do not come at me like this. And then she's like, no, girl, that means tired. That means I'm tired, girl. I'm naked. I'm tired. Giselle said, okay, hold on, ma'am. I just had to make sure because I didn't want you to push up on me, because if we got to go into one of these dress rooms, I don't want you peeking through the slit trying to get a little taste of this good, you know, blue-eyed body. You know, Gizelle had to be careful. She had to let the lady know, like, listen, I don't do that. Shawty don't swing that way. And I know I'm looking good to you, but would you please don't swing my way? I know that's right, Gizelle. So, baby, Angel come in the thing. Angel, baby, breasts just out. One thing Angel gonna do, she had them big old bosoms out. And she's a beautiful girl, and them things is looking good. Girl, you got me questioning myself. You look good, Angel. I give Angel that. Angel is stunning. So they rehashed Angel's event a little bit, and Tia was like, girl, I felt a little underdressed at your event. And Gizelle was like, yeah, girl, your outfit wasn't all that. And Tia said, who? She said, Gizelle, you are not she said, Gizelle, listen. You are not a fashion girl. You have never been a fashion girl. You wouldn't know fashions if they looked you straight in your face. And you know, Gizelle, I'm going to be real with you. Production did you dirty, but you did it to yourself. When they had the whole catalog of all of your fashions, I don't know if it was the worst or the best of the worst or how they did it. But Gizelle, they put a whole stack of your fashions on there. I ain't never seen them do somebody like that. Gizelle, I don't know if you just trying to save money, but you really need to pay a stylist. But, you know, hold on, no, wait, Gizelle. Gizelle, you know what? Hold on. We owe Giselle an apology, everybody. Giselle is doing right. Giselle ain't been in no scandals. She ain't been in no scams, allegedly. She ain't been frauding nobody because Giselle do what? Giselle go down there to the nearest Walmart and she get them rollback fashions. That's what Giselle is doing. Giselle is a frugal woman. Giselle is a responsible woman. Giselle said, I got $3 I'm trying to put through college. You think I got time to be over here buying boots with fur? She said, you think I got time to be over here buying bustiers with glitter? Giselle said, no, baby, I'm finna go over here to the rollback, to the good classic, faded glory Walmart fashions and just give y'all a number. And Giselle, we thank you. Thank you, Giselle, for keeping the lights on over there at the Real Housewives of Potomac, for getting money the right way. Thank you, Giselle. All right. But they ate you up on them fashions. And speaking of fashions, Wendy comes stepping on the scene, and I don't know who baby she stole her outfit from, but y'all need to call the police. Wendy, you had on a blazer onesie with diaper flare. Wendy, where did you get that? Wendy, I don't know if you were jealous of somebody newborn. Wendy, I don't know if you was auditioning for what's it, Tallest and Tiaras. I don't know what you got going on, Wendy, but that outfit was not it. That was a chop. Face beautiful, hair okay, but that outfit, you should be ashamed of yourself. You are embarrassing your husband. You are embarrassing the people. This is ridiculous, Wendy. Wendy, you normally get it right, but the fashions have been slipping throughout the. It seemed like every season they think they be eating and they do just a little too much. Sometimes less is more. Giselle, sometimes more is more and you could do a little bit more. But Wendy, less is more in this situation because that was not it. You looked a fool with your pants on the ground. Absolutely not. So, they over there talking and Giselle basically is saying, hey y'all, I want to take us to Nevis. I don't know if I'm saying none of this stuff right. I don't know what's going on with me. I just been drinking water. I ain't drank nothing today. But Nevis, whatever she said, Giselle said she taking the girls around there because they ain't been having fun. And she said these people don't know how to throw events. So Ashley was like, oh, y'all got to teach me how y'all throw events then because, child, I thought y'all had a good time. And the lady said no. They didn't like that, Ashley. Actually, they not used to stuff like that. They like to go somewhere and just eat finger foods and put on onesies. That's what they like to do. You'd have had a onesie party, they would have all been up in arms. They would have had a good time then. So Angel's letting us know that this is her first time being without her children. And, the ladies are supporting her in that. But the chat that Wendy and Angel had, child, Angel trying to figure out, she said, hey, what happened to you and my girl Kay? Did y'all work it out? And Wendy said that, the conversation, it was okay. Wendy, were you at the same conversation that we was at? Because it didn't go that great to us. Y'all walked out hugging, so maybe from that standpoint, you said that y'all are good. But Wendy, you and Kay really are not in a good place, and it's really odd. And the way that you are approaching it is so passive-aggressive. Wendy, even if you do have a point, the way that you're approaching the situation with your body language and your passive aggressiveness is making people not feel for you. Because to be honest, if you would have just approached the situation like, hey, Kay, I'm really confused at where this is coming from, we probably would have your back on it. But you coming at it real nice, nasty, and it's not cool and it's not becoming, especially what you got on. I'm just saying. So Giselle is asking Angel, how her and Kay are doing. And Angel drops a bomb and says, I had a conversation with Kay on the side, a private convo, and she said that she didn't say that. And Giselle is like, look, her saying that she didn't say it is basically saying that I'm a liar and I ain't got no reason to lie on her, girl. She said it. She said it, Angel. I don't know why Kay keeps lying about it. Girl, you said it. Or my thing is just like, hey, I don't remember saying that. That doesn't seem like something that I would say. But if I did say it, I do apologize. That's how you approach your friend. Because you did say it. And when when Angel was coming off the heels of what she went through with that situation, that little altercation that she had with the Muppet lady, you would think that she wouldn't be approaching it as abrasive as she is, So that's just my only thing when it comes to that, So I feel for Angel. I feel like Angel is really trying to stand beside her friend and she's trying to rock for her friend, but her friend is trying to kind of sun her a little bit on the side. And Kay, it's not cool. It's really, really not cool. Kay, I'm going to say this. And especially because of the energy that you gave later on in this. A couple of things. I don't like when people, especially when people of color, call themselves aggressive when you're being assertive. Because some people will paint us as that when we have a strong tone and we are just simply stating how we feel, right? The thing with you, Kay, is you are allowing them to paint this picture of you just being this like rowdy, tough person. And you can let that go a little bit. Like, I don't know where some of this energy is coming from with you. I actually really, really like Kay. I actually still like Kay. But Kay, I want you to take a minute and step outside of yourself and just, hopefully you can see how you're being perceived. So when the reunion comes, you can kind of like course correct some of that. Because the way you coming off to some of these ladies is really not cool. And some of the ladies are saying that you are aggressive. Like, they stated that. I think you've even stated it this episode. So just be mindful of that. That's not the best look to have. I'm glad that you own some of the things that you've done, but that's just not the best look, in my opinion. Just my opinion, child. That's all I'm saying. So, we make it to Kay's Perkiness, there we go. We make it to her Perkiness pregame, and it looks amazing. It was beautiful. It was great. I love how she called herself, I'm in my Carrie Bradshaw era. Her mom was like, oh, so Greg is Mr. Biggs. Girl, run away from Greg. We is tired of you and Greg. Greg does not need to be here. He don't, child. So chop with Greg. He's a chop. So Stacey gets there first, and baby, Stacey was like, you know what? The ladies are in my business, so it is only right for me to be in theirs. She said, oh, Greg, you live here? What's going on? And Greg was like, no, I'm here most of the time, but, I have my own spot. Because, according to the ladies, you and Kay and Greg were separated. So Stacey just being messy. She just being messy. She just doing that journalistic duty that we need her to do. So we can come over here and spill the tea and we can run over here and be messy. So we appreciate you, Stacey, girl. Shout out to you. All right, so all the ladies get there, and all the ladies look good. So everybody looks good with the exception of Gizelle, of course, but everybody else looks great. I really, really liked it. Gizelle informs the lady of the trip that she wants them to go on, and I think it's going to be a good time. Now, Stacey had me laughing. She was like, oh, we going to be roommates again, Gizelle? And Gizelle said, no. Like, Gizelle is so through with Stacey. And it's just funny because I really don't think Stacey cares. Stacey is comedic relief to me. She's so funny. She's a great addition to the show. So, when Wendy makes it, her and Kay greet each other. It looks like it's going good. I was like, oh, they're going to be cool. It's going to be a cool, calm, collective conversation. And wrong. 100% wrong. Child, Gizelle got it started. I think it was Gizelle when she was asking. She was like, okay, so Wendy, if this is your event, why are we here at Kay house? And Kay, this is when it really came off rehearsed when it was like, oh, Wendy has to be the first, better, best. And it was just an off-color comment. It was just really weird. And the lady was like, wait, what? Like, what are you talking about? And she was like, Wendy just always has to be the first, the better, and the best. And Wendy was like, look, girl, I ain't even started with you. For some reason, you are committed to having an issue with me, and I don't understand what it is. And this is where 2K, Wendy didn't start no mess with you. You 100% started with her. That girl ain't say nothing about you. That girl ain't say nothing to you. Kay, let it go. Your event is beautiful. Don't ruin your event with this mess. And it's coming off like you just got a battery in your back for Wendy for some reason. And don't get me wrong, there are some things I can see like, well, Wendy could be annoying, but we got to move on from this. It is every episode, it has been you and Wendy, and I'm telling you, we are sick of it. We are sick of it, Kay. You going to have to figure out something else. So, Gizelle brings up the check-in situation that, Angel had brought up to Gizelle. And Gizelle just says, like, okay, look, you saying that you didn't say that is saying that I'm a liar. I'm not a liar. And the Angel was like, well, I didn't say that you was a liar. But Kay, you did tell me that you did. The way Kay checked Angel, baby. Now, Kay, you ain't chin-checking the first time. That second time, you 100% then. And then I'm with Wendy. Angel, the energy that you had when y'all was shopping, and even the energy that you had when you was talking to your family, I don't know what's going on there, girl, but you just sat up here and you just let this girl play you. I understand that you and her might have had a conversation on the side, but you can't let her do that. You can't let her have conversations with you on the side where you getting down to what's really going on, and then we on camera and she's sunning you. You can't let her do that to you, Angel. Like, Angel's too sweet of a girl to do that. She seems really cool. Now, this is where it got weird to me. Angel, you got mad at Wendy. But why do you get mad at Gizelle and Tia? All three of them ladies, now don't get me wrong, Wendy was like, hey, your energy is a little different than how it was the other day. But all of them ladies had the same sentiment. All three of them. So why were you only mad at Wendy? Seems a bit suspicious to me. Honestly, Kay and Angel, it seems like y'all came in here as a package duo. Which, I'm going to be real, like I said, if my friend was on the show, it's going to be me and them to ride or die. We coming in here as united front. So... Angel, it didn't put you in the best light. Like, cause it really, even Gizelle was like, girl, I said something too. Why you just mad at her? It was really odd. Like, and then I'm with Wendy. You just flipped on me and out of nowhere. And Wendy was not expecting that at all. So, child, that was a whole mess. Like, it was too much going on. Baby, when I tell you from that, the brunch pregame, from the sprinter, it just is mess and it's calamity all in this scene. It's foolery. It really, really is. So then, baby, they leave. They leave and they get in the sprinter, right? Baby, and I tell you, all hell broke loose again. It just was a mess. So they in the sprinter, Wendy popping the bottle, she do a toast. And then Gizelle was like, I want to toast Angel. Now, Gizelle, you was messy. I want to toast Angel because, she seemed a little upset. And then Angel was like, I wasn't upset, I was mad. Why? Oh, why? Why are you upset? Well, I'm mad at Wendy, but I was mad at the situation and I was mad at Wendy. And it's like, let it go. Like, Wendy is just trying to hold you accountable for the things that you said. We get that you could have, it was a couple of days ago, you slept on it. We understand that. But the way that you approached the situation with the ladies, when the girl wasn't there, versus how you approached it this time, completely different. It's completely different. It's 100% different. So, her being mad is 100% weird. It's just, you just flipped on Wendy out of nowhere. When I tell you everybody got the argument in the sprinter, Kay and Wendy got the argument again. Kay spilled her drink and then they was talking about if that was my friend, I would take 20 years. I would take the dress and wipe her leg. I wouldn't. They got napkins. You wipe it with your own dress. Absolutely not. It was just odd. It was so weird. And I think because they were all like in a tight group, the energy was really weird. It just felt like something's going to happen here. Like, it just was really, really uncomfortable during that scene. And again, I just don't understand why they are so mad at Wendy. Like, when Kay started cussing Wendy out, that was odd. Then Stacey and Kay got into it. And I'm going to say this, though. Y'all can't keep pushing Stacey into a corner and expect for her to not, like, show her claws or do something. Y'all keep coming at her because she nice. Y'all keep coming at her and picking on her because she ain't saying nothing. Don't get me wrong. Stacey got some stuff that she do weird. And she got some stuff that she do wrong. But y'all gonna get enough of messing with that lady. And then when Stacey had said, what you gonna do, chin check me? Because that's what you do. I wasn't mad at Stacey. Now, Ashley was mad at her in the confessionals. I wasn't mad at her for defending herself. Now, it could have been a little, it was like, okay, Stacey, you didn't have to go there. But they keep messing with the lady. Y'all gonna learn to leave that lady alone. She just standing up for herself. And when I see somebody finally standing up for themselves, I can't even be mad. She was standing up for herself. Kay, leave her alone. Just leave the lady alone. Give her a minute. Kay, you just need to figure out what's going on with you and Greg. But I do appreciate you for putting the work in this season. I ain't gonna even hold you, girl. You do put in the Lord's work. You are doing the Lord's work. And y'all, that's where the episode ends with them and the sprinter. And I'm just so ready for the next part of this because this episode and this season has been so good so far. Like, I don't even miss a lot of the OGs or the other people that weren't on the show. Like, it has been great this season. So if this is what it's going to continue to look like, I'm here for it and I can't wait for the rest of it. But y'all, that is where we are going to end things. I want to say thank y'all so much for being on the journey with me. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share with the family member, share with a friend, and hit me up on my birthday on the 24th. And with that being said, have a good one, everybody.